Hey gang, this is Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show here in Brea, California. I'm just testing a few things. I wanted to test that opener. I'm not sure if you heard the audio or not. I could hear it on my end, but in the past when I've had a video as an intro, um, the video plays, but the audio is not out into the public. I got Everett O'Keefe who's going to come on in a Facebook Live interview in about 10 minutes. So what I had done, I had planned to interview Everett, who's in Florida right now at a Tony Robbins event, and I wanted to interview him and talk about what's going on. And then he told me that he couldn't do it, and now he just sent me a message and says that he can do it in 10 minutes. And as usual, I can have silence for hours, and then the moment I hit the live button, the kids come in, and it happens every time. It has not failed me yet. So I'm gonna go off here and just talk about a couple things really quick, because really I wanted to test that opener and see how it worked out, and then I wanted to ask you all if there is anybody who's been out there who's seen a Facebook Live audio. And the reason I ask is because I have been, trying to come up with some strategies to use Facebook Live audio. I don't know why that's hard for me to say. And so they said that there's a few people using them, like the BBC World. There's a couple other people. Shoot, I lost the article. But there's like 4 or 5 people they list in their in the announcement, in the press release, that they're going to have Facebook Live audio. And I've only been able to find one example. I followed the links to the other Facebook pages to see how they're using it, because I said these other people are using it, and they're really not. And I'm going to take you to one right now. One of them is Britt. What is her name? Britt Bennett. She is an author, apparently. And here's the single one example of somebody using live audio. Let me push the live button. This is what it looks like. I guess right now you get this weird kind of button there. I'm not sure if that's her selection or if that's what you get with your profile picture inside of it. Somebody would click the button here.
Hi, I'm Britt. I'm here in San Francisco on my book tour, and I just wanted to read a little bit from my debut novel, The Mothers, for you all. So here's just a little bit from the opening of the book. We didn't believe when we first heard, because you know how church folk can gossip. Like the time we all thought.
Well, I think that's not a bad use of the live audio, is to read a book, do book readings and things like that, maybe schedule them for a specific time at night. I was talking to some of my friends there in the mastermind group, the Masters mastermind group, and talking about reading in the evening to children at about the time that most of them would be going to bed, somewhere around between 7 and 8, doing some book readings to children out of children's books. My son and I wrote a book called Police Dog Recruit. It's obviously a children's book. We have a keynote presentation that has each one of the pages on it. So that would be a video one. But when I thought about doing a live audio, I was wondering, if that might be something that would be helpful to authors and that kind of stuff, to do book readings. And then the only person I found is Britt Bennett. Now, again, let me backspace here, and you guys are still seeing my screen here, and I'm looking at the camera as if you can see me. Here they are. So BBC World Service, I looked on their Facebook page and scrolled all the way down looking for any examples of them using audio, and they're not. LBC did the same thing. HarperCollins did the same thing. Nothing. And Adam Grant. I saw he has some really cool videos. I don't know who Adam Grant is, but I guess he's a New York best-selling author. And he had some interesting videos and things like that. So I found him interesting. So that's good, but no audio. If anybody has any other examples of audio, I would surely love to see what those are. Like I said here, I'll click on Adam Grant. I'm gonna share this video right here. He wrote a book called Give and Take, and I guess I should know this guy. I'm sure all of you are going, of course, Adam Grant. We all know who he is. I can't know everybody. I buy a book almost every day, and so they all start to blend together. this video right here called Give and Take the Card Trick. That's really a good video. I'm going to share that because I do like the guy. I just didn't know who he was until I clicked on this. But I have searched all the way down as far as until my fingers began to cramp, and did not find any examples of audio being used. So this is a call to action for all of you out there in wondering if any of you have seen any examples of Facebook Live audio. Now, is it Facebook Audio Live or Facebook Live Audio? I already forgot. But if you have any examples that you could point me to, I'd really like to know. I, of course, am thinking that musicians would want to use this in concerts. They would want to use them when they're playing, at a small venue or something like that, just to give examples of their music. I think of course, radio personalities doing interviews. I think of podcasters, of all those things. But I just wanted to see some examples. I would like to see some more as I'm trying to come up with my own strategies for using Facebook Live audio. That would be fantastic. So if any of you do have any examples, that would be great. All right. So now my original intention for scheduling this Blue Jeans broadcast was to interview Everett O'Keefe, and now he just came and told me that he will be available. I'm going to log off, and then in about 5 minutes or so, we're going to come back on, and we're going to find out what's happening there in Florida with Everett at the Tony Robbins Business Mastery event that he's at. And of course, as any Tony Robbins, and I've been to a Tony Robbins event, these have been long days. One day I think he said they didn't end until midnight at night. So I can't wait to hear what's been going on over there, and hear how many men he's had to hug and give massages to, which happens at Tony Robbins event. You just got to know that. All right, so I'm going to sign off here, and I will see you in just a few minutes with Everett O'Keefe.